Alrighty, so we're going to discuss the Cola Wars. We're Group 7. Alrighty, so historically, carbonated soft drinks have been profitable for several different reasons. As the Porter's Five Forces, we'll kind of break these apart as we go through the presentation. But just as an overview, the industry itself has been able to be profitable because of the competition between Coke and Pepsi. They've been able to drive costs lower in multiple different areas. The power of buyers and suppliers has been a back and forth competition and battle between the bottlers and the concentrate providers, as well as substitutes have been difficult, if not scarce, during the process in the history of soft drinks. Until more recent days, recent times. Entrance to the industry has been more difficult because of the large capital that it's required in order to start up manufacturing facilities.
Okay, so in terms of the concentrate businesses and their profitability, as we look at new entrants, we really felt like there is a low probability of risk. And this is because of both and most of the large companies are well established. They have strong brands, high technology, and established supply chains, which has led to a proficient economy of scale throughout the entire operation. In terms of substitutes, there have always been beverage options out there. But soft drinks have become, over the past century, the recreational non-alcoholic beverage of choice. And this has really started to become challenged in the last decade or so as sugar and calories and other health-related topics have been brought to the forefront of society. On the buyer side, with such high brand loyalty, it's led to a higher cost of customer switching. But on the other side, where the concentrate businesses are selling directly to the bottling companies, there is an important relationship there that is critical to the business success, especially as that's become more concentrated. On the supplier side, obviously supply chain management is critical. Raw material availability and price risk is always a key risk to be aware of. And finally, as we know, the intense competition between at least these two companies has led to a strong and large barrier of entry for any third parties. And this is evident especially on the international side as they have competed against each other.
As far as the bottling business is concerned, there's a limited threat of new entrants due to the fact that getting into the bottling industry can be very capital intensive, up to several $100 million for a fully automated bottling plant. There's very little threat of substitutes for bottling. That is what they do, and they provide the packaging for drinks. The only real threat of substitute that we could think of is the direct sale of the concentrate to fountain drinks such as restaurants, KFC and Pizza Hut for Pepsi, or Burger King for Coke. The bargaining power of buyers is relatively low, relatively high, as there are multiple options out there that both retailers and consumers can purchase. So if there's too many changes there, the consumers can move on. Bargaining power of suppliers is very high, as the supplier is the concentrate provider to the bottler. So what they're supplying, they control the price. They also control the supplier actually controls the price, the retail price to the buyers as well. So there's a lot of bargaining power of suppliers there for the bottler as far as the concentrate manufacturers. The industry rivalry is basically driven by multiple bottlers competing in the same area, trying to get the business of the concentrate manufacturer. Once that is acquired, it's there's minimal industry rivalry after the contracts are signed.
To sum up a quote from Roger Enrico, the former CEO of Pepsi, the rivalry between Pepsi and Coke was a healthy rivalry. It was very intense, but it pushed them both to achieve new limits and create great value for the consumers. Overall, it led to better products, processes, distribution, and ultimately lower prices.
To conclude our presentation, how can Coke and Pepsi sustain their profits going into the future? There's a lot of different things affecting it, the changing market. So we've considered continuing to expand in the non-CSD beverage, such as sports drinks and vitamin water and energy drinks, is a crucial move. Maintaining the original classic brands is definitely necessary considering loyalty. Continuing international expansion is very proven to be a healthy revenue stream. And expand in the diets is definitely a healthier version than the classics, and so it's advised to continue in that. And this wraps up our presentation for today.